Intentional lady entrepreneurs and lady CEOs. Tamia Denise here. Super excited to have you to join me. Make sure that you let me know in the comments where you are watching from this afternoon on our Motivational Monday. I am super stoked and excited to be in this space with you all today. It is my pleasure and absolute honor. Let me let you know to serve you in this way today, live and direct. And so, just quickly before we dive into our topic and our discussion that I know is going to keep you motivated on your journey of lady entrepreneurship, I wanted to mention that, I had no motivation today. Yeah, girl was not feeling good. Seems as though I caught a bug from my boys, from them going to school. You know how it is. Those of you that are moms that have little ones, in terms of when the school year starts, they pick up everything, they bring it home, all of the things. And so I wasn't motivated, to want to fully show up in terms of doing my live today. But you know what? I had to motivate myself. And I knew that, you know what, I did get rest over the weekend. I kind of did nothing really on Friday. I think I had a dentist appointment. And I didn't get a whole lot of content done, in preparation for the week. I was able to, get up early and get some things done. But nonetheless, I am here and I'm showing up. And so I think that sometimes people can kind of take that extreme in that sometimes we show up past what we really can do and then we end up doing more damage. But if you feel oppressed, when it comes to the different things that you are passionate about doing in life, let me be the one to motivate you on this Motivational Monday to go ahead and just push forward. And when you can continue to push forward, then you can continue to see the results. And so for my audience of lady entrepreneurs, that I know essentially are moms and wives and doctors and lawyers who may be connecting to entrepreneurship, wherever you stand, whatever you do, it's important for me to make sure that I am showing up. And so if you have never seen my face before, my name is, once again, Tamia Denise. I teach lady entrepreneurs, lady CEOs how to build online businesses that I know that you'll absolutely love. Why? Because of the fact that you build it. And I also share with you the different strategies to be able to help you to become profitable within your business. What's a business if we are not making money? That's a truth bomb. Let that totally motivate you. And so on this here Motivational Monday, I wanted to kind of just quickly do housekeeping and let you guys know that I'll be going live from here on out between the hours of 12 to 1 p.m. And so anytime you lock in, I always remind you, make sure you get your pen and your pad, and also make sure that you're sharing the live no matter where it is that you are watching from. I'm on the Facebook platform, the Instagram platform, and also on YouTube. I had to think for a second there, but make sure that you are connecting and sharing this live with those lady entrepreneurs, lady CEOs that need to be motivated to their next level. If now is not the time, when will the time be, right? You have to just sometimes rip off the Band-Aid and get all the things done. And I'm bringing you all of the essential information that will help you to be able to pivot at what it is that I believe that God has purposed you to do. And that's to be a lady boss, a lady CEO, and also a lady entrepreneur so that you can continue to impact the world. All right. So now that we went ahead and we clarified all of that, if you want more information about who I am and what I do, you can go ahead and check me out at the Intentional Lady CEO.com. You can find my story there, all of the things, even resources as it connects to different blogs that I've done and I usually do throughout every single week. All right, so it's our Motivational Monday for female entrepreneurs, once again, and lady CEOs, and I'm super excited to have you join me live as we have the chance to be able to gain motivation as it surrounds our brands as business owners. And so you can let me know in the comments, if you really understand the importance of what it means to be able to build a brand, especially in the information age that we live in today, right? In terms of all of the video that we're constantly seeing and all of the, different platforms as it relates to social media. It is super important to build a brand, right? And so whether you have a personal page or especially if you have a business page, you are building a brand whether you understand it or not, whether you have identified your brand or not. You're putting out a consistent message and an image to the world. And so, whatever it is that you put out there is what people will see, what they will believe, how they'll be able to take you in and understand essentially what your message is for your business. And so I'm a believer, a huge believer, okay, in the power of storytelling. I think that it is important for us to understand that we have to make sure that we are telling our story as it relates to our businesses, right? People love stories, right? They've created on Instagram stories so that we can consistently tell our story every single day that we decide to get in our story. I have another page where I just essentially motivate women when it comes to faith and also essentially intentional living, called Simply Tamia Denise. And I'm in the stories over there every single day, letting my audience know how I'm doing, what's going on. And so the more I know that people get to know me, they get to know Tamia, as the mom, as the boss, as the person. They're motivated by my voice, and then they can connect to the brand that I'm essentially building out. And so I think that it is super important that we have the the tools necessary to be able to build our brand. If you make sure that you're connected to me on the Instagram side, I just literally put out a reel last week that talked about some of the tools that you need to be able to build your business. And so just for a quick tool tip, if you connect to Canva, which is Canva, you can build out your whole brand for your business for free. Now, if you want to go ahead and upgrade the service for, I think it's $12 a month, then you can really gain access to all of the amazing tools that this platform has that's going to be able to help you build your brand. Anything that you see in my brand, I have built from scratch using that amazing tool. And so it's important that you have the necessary tools for entrepreneurship if you believe that your business has the ability and the power to be able to impact lives. And so essentially, as business owners, we are serving. And so it's important to realize that when it comes to us connecting to our brand, we are connecting to our customers, right? We're building relationship with them. And it's also important to realize that we have to differentiate ourselves, okay? We have to stand out. We have to connect authentically to who we are as it relates to our brands. It's not enough for you to see, another bomb lady CEO or business owner and you're trying to copy what it is that they have. We should all have different models. We should all have different people that we want to learn from, different people that maybe, we want to be able to gain from. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you are super authentic when you are building your brand. Why? Because of the fact that people are looking for you, okay? They're not looking for Nicole Walters, which is just an amazing business builder. They're not looking for Oprah Winfrey. They're looking for you. They want to know, what do you have that you can be able to offer me as your customer or your client? So it's important that when it comes once again to branding, that we are differentiating ourselves as brands so that when we connect even to our competition, we stand out. When it comes to my brand, specifically my colors, you can see me when I am coming, literally, because of the fact that I've chosen very vibrant colors that connect to femininity, that being pink, right? Different colors of pink, because I want people to know that my brand is a brand for women. In our society, pink is known as a feminine color, even though we have males that wear pink, but it is primarily known as a feminine color. And so when it comes to my brand and my story, I've always had a connection to women, right? Especially when I came into ministry back literally like over 20 years ago. There was this draw and this connection to want to serve women as it relates to their identity, as it relates to helping them to come into the purpose that I know that God had for them, as it relates to whether we're talking about spiritually, emotionally, mentally, getting on track with who they are overall. And so that automatically helped me to be able to do my physical branding, because I understood the purpose that I had as it relates to wanting to serve women, from a spiritual perspective first, but then that vision began to really develop. And then I was able to realize, oh my goodness, I have the ability to be able to help women build businesses. So I was able to now begin to transform into what I call a multifaceted diamond. And so one thing that you have to realize is that when you are developing your brand, right, and you're coming into who you're going to be as a business owner, there are going to be different facets of who you are that begin to develop, which is absolutely beautiful, right? It's really like that blooming process. When you look at a flower, it has so many different petals on it, which I translate into being different facets. You are a multifaceted diamond as a business owner. I think that it's important that as we're building our brand, that you stay open to the developmental process that's going to take place as your brand begins to develop. Essentially, you have to realize that no, you're not just jumping in Canva, putting together different brand colors so that you can be identified. No, that's not the only reason or thing that you're focused on, but you essentially are evolving. You are sharing your message with the world. The brand colors, they're just a way to be able to draw people in, help them to identify you, from the perspective of obviously your brand colors, but you want to be able to have a message. Who are you talking to, lady CEOs and lady entrepreneurs? What is your message? If I was not clear about my message, just in common communication, it'd be hard to talk to me, right? And I don't think that we really take into consideration that our brands are not just some colors that we, throw together, some HTML colors, I believe it's called, that we kind of throw together. And, now we have a brand. You have to have a message, right? And so that's why today I really wanted to passionately share. I don't know if you could tell how passionate I am about this, the story behind my brand messaging. And I've told you a little bit about the importance of my message, helping women essentially to flow in the purpose that I believe that God has for them as it relates to entrepreneurship, essentially. And so I hope that you understand the importance at this point as it relates to this Motivational Monday topic. I hope you understand the importance of developing your message. And, I'm not going to go far off the beaten path, but when it really comes to our messaging, I think sometimes we try to reach, to a place that's not necessarily authentic. And, maybe we're looking at other people's stories like, oh my goodness, they have a message. And I don't necessarily feel like I have a message, but know that your story, what it is that you've been through, the thing that motivated you to do exactly what you're doing as an online business owner is your message, right? I can also connect as it relates to my wanting to help female entrepreneurs or female lady CEOs. Also to the fact that I've, created businesses before I went ahead and wanted to teach business. I can also connect or begin to put together a message, and I do put together the message, helping female entrepreneurs that might be moms, connect to the fact that they have other purposes as women rather than just being a mom. You are multifaceted. I think that it is beautiful when you identify one facet of who you are, but it's important to also understand that you are, once again, multifaceted. I can go all day, right? And so it's important for you to make sure that you stay inspired to create, once again, your own unique message. What are you trying to relate to the world, right? Are you just trying to sell them t-shirts? Are you just trying to sell them whatever it is that you have in your service, courses, if you're, more lean towards digital products? Are you just trying to, just give people what you have? Or do you authentically have a message in terms of what you want them to connect to? It is not, a strange thing that we see. Let's say, for instance, let's talk about the Target brand. It's not strange that we see, let's say, millennials going to Target, right? Completely overwhelmed by Target. I call Target retail therapy. They have a message that they are sharing with millennials, and millennials are attracted to their branding, right? I walk in a Target, I could be having the worst day ever, right? I walk in a Target and my day is automatically amazing. It's because of the fact that they are putting out their message that essentially wants for them to have customers that are millennials that shop as it relates to several of their brands that are a part of that particular business or store. All right, so I can go with that stuff all day. I can go with that all day. But moving right along, and I hope you have your pen and your pad. I told you, anytime you hop on a live with me, it's important for you to make sure that you are consuming the content that I'm giving you, because you're either going to need it now or later, right? And so you want to definitely make sure that you lock in. And so when it comes to my own personal journey as an entrepreneur, what happened with me is that my overall vision, it started out what I believe very clear, right? I was able to articulate to you why I do what I do. It started off from the perspective of being connected to my mission to want to see women better as it relates to who they are spiritually. And then after I had experiences in terms of owning a boutique and then owning, I think it was a mom box for babies and also moms. And I had different experiences. I was like, shoot, I gained so much from my different experiences with my businesses that I really want to be able to help women get on track. And so, as it relates to exactly what it is that I do, I wanted to create something unique and different. Remember, I talked about you making sure that you differentiate yourself. You make yourself as, not make, but you come across as authentic as possible. Why? Because people can see when you're not authentic. Like, think about all the people that you watch every single day, let's say on social media. You know when people are authentic or being as authentic as they could be versus, they kind of putting on a show. And so I wanted to be able to create a different kind of company, one that would be able to help me to build relationships and not just transactions, right? I talked about the importance of us as female entrepreneurs making sure that we have a mindset of servitude. You are serving whoever it is that you're serving, and they can feel the fact that you want to serve them. I cannot tell you how many times I have connected to different brands or connected to different stores and left the store because of the fact that the customer service, it sucked. It was bad. The people were mean. I'm one to whereas I will not spend my money as it relates to just certain attitudes and mindsets. If I feel like, you don't really want me here, I'm walking out, right? Because there are 1,000 other businesses that want what I have. It's important that you understand that whatever you do as it relates to entrepreneurship, or if you're a CEO of your own company, that you do it driven by purpose, right? I think sometimes we can overlook this. We see what other people are doing on the gram. We see what other people are doing on YouTube and TikTok and all of these platforms. And so then we lose sight of the importance to be driven by perfect purpose, as well as being, driven by profit, because we are business owners. And so it's important that you have a mindset, essentially, as you're building your brand, you're getting your message out, that you are connected to purpose and you essentially are making a difference in the world. And so I had to realize that as I was building my brand message, that I quickly had the ability to be able to communicate my vision. And I had the skills and the ability to also be able to communicate to my customers or my clients, depending upon whatever it was that I was selling, in the right way, right? We want that message to come across as clear as possible. I think it's important for you to make sure that if you are an online business owner, let's say, for instance, that connected obviously to your message, that you're utilizing the right words, right? Essentially, that is connected to the content that you're consistently putting out, which connects once again to your brand, right? Are you utilizing the right words? The right copy is what we call it in the online world when it comes to online business, the right copy to be able to connect even to the emotions of your clients and your customers, right? If I can sit here and tell you my story, right, as an upcoming entrepreneur, right, and how I struggled for a season trying to get the balance between being a mom of 3 boys and also owning my business. If you are sitting in that same seat and you're trying to build a business, you're gonna be like, I really want to hone into what it is that she's doing, because I see that she's pivoting. I see that she's doing all of the things and I want to do it too, right? It's very important that you find the right copy, okay, to connect to your clients and services. And so one of the ways that I've been able to find the right copy or find the right words. It's just spending time with the different ideas. Once again, my branding, my branding message, spending time with whatever the story is that I want to be able to feed to my customers and my clients. I think in a more practical way that could be connected to, you know, whatever it is that you see me put out in terms of my copy on the Instagram platform and Facebook platform. Check my stuff Monday through Sunday. There's always going to be a consistent message, right? Some kind of way. I'm consistently trying to make sure that I'm engaging with my audience, right? And so it's important to put out different types of copy as it relates to whatever it is that you're trying to do, connected to your brand messaging, because of the fact that you don't know exactly who's going to see it. Now, I know my back end, okay? I know who my audience is. I know how old they are. I know where they are in their lives. I know what they like, right? I understand who it is that's watching me in terms of like my client or my customer avatar. And as you develop your business, you'll get to a place where you'll be able to identify those traits as well. And so when I go ahead and I put out my copy, I know exactly who's going to be watching it. But as you develop, if you're in that process of developing your brand, your message, right, your copy, then the more copy that you put out there, then you'll be able to see who responds to what. And then you can begin to narrow down. Really, that connects to whatever your niche is going to be, right? If you're in business for any amount of time, especially online business, you've heard about a niche, which is essentially whatever it is that you're doing in terms of your message, whatever your lane is. That's the most simplest way that I could really describe it. That essentially connects to your clients and your customers. I also am able to share a copy that connects to my brand and my messaging on my blog, right? I do a lot of repurposing of content. And so if I do a YouTube video, then I can turn that YouTube video, obviously, I have a transcript for that, and then I can pull some of the content from the YouTube videos and then turn it into a blog, and then essentially connect that to a Pinterest pin. These are just different avenues for people to be able to learn about my brand. How can I help you as my potential client or customer, at every stage of you essentially building your business? And so as I, continue to just move forward every single day and building my brand and consistently making sure that I'm pivoting as a brand owner, I found that it's important to make sure that you're reshaping whatever your message is, right? That you're continuing to make sure that you're connecting to whoever that targeted audience is, right? Refining. Don't be intimidated by the fact that you might start off, with one type of brand messaging or one type of brand, but you then evolve. Like I said before, you're coming into everything that grows has different stages, right? And you can't be at a place where you feel as though, oh my goodness, this is changing. It's supposed to change. It's supposed to evolve, right? It's supposed to be in a consistent becoming process. And so just to kind of give you kind of like an outline of how your messaging might look as it relates to your brand. I'm going to literally mention to you 3 different messages that I'm consistently putting out to female entrepreneurs and lady CEOs. It's not all of them, but 3, so that if you're jotting things down, you can kind of have an example. And so for me, I want to help female entrepreneurs build businesses that they love. That's something that you will always hear me say, because I passionately am doing that. I want you to love your business, because I know if you love your business, then you'll take care of it, right? You'll make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do to make sure that you're showing up. Another message that I'm consistently putting out there in my brand is I want to help them find clarity and confidence in whatever it is that you're doing, right? This is why I'm doing this Motivational Monday, because I want you to have clarity about your brand. Through me sharing whatever my experience is, you want to have clarity and confidence as a female entrepreneur in all that you're doing. And last but not least, I want to show female entrepreneurs and lady CEOs that it is possible to be able to create a successful business without sacrificing, let's say, your health or your happiness. You can create freedom. You can create a business that is profitable. This is the message that I'm consistently putting forth, right? Hence, once again, the Motivational Monday. Yes, it's important for us to make sure that we are creating businesses, but we have to make sure that we try to balance as it relates to burnout. And so that's why sometimes in my story, you'll see me working out or walking or talking about the importance of eating healthy things. It's all about making sure that we really have a well-rounded view of the different facets of entrepreneur, right? And so as it relates to my message, I'm still in the process of evolving. I'm not the type of person that believes that you just hit a ceiling in anything that you're doing that relates to purpose, right? I continue to essentially learn more about myself as a business owner, and you should every single day be striving to do the same thing, right? You want to make sure that on your journey that you are consistently connecting to your vision and the value that your vision has as you begin to share it with those that are essentially going to become your clients and your customers. It's important for you to understand that you're on this journey all the time of building relationship. You want to make sure that you have excellent services connected to whoever your audience is, your clients, your customers, and that you're making a difference. There's that purpose again. I think that when you have this formula, when you have these core principles and values, that you can have so much success in what you're doing and it doesn't become a drag, right? And so I really want to conclude with the importance of, once again, connecting your purpose to whatever it is that you're doing in your business, right? I believe that we are purposed to do what it is that we do as business owners. There's times when it comes, honestly, something a little spooky to different things that I'm doing in business, whether it's creating a funnel or creating, let's say, the latest journal that I did. After I look at the work, I'm going, oh my goodness, God has got to be behind this. Like, how did I even know how to connect these back ends of the funnels that I'm doing? And so from a practical standpoint, there are courses and classes that I've taken, different investments that I've made down through the years that have helped me to be able to build my brand, my messaging, and my business. But at the same time, it really is a God-given gift as it relates to coming up with strategies and having the ability to be able to create the content and the copy and all of the different things, just skills that were developed over time, but essentially a gift that was always in Tamia Denise. And so I want you to just be, as bold as possible when you're putting forth your brand. Continue to test the waters. Yes, there are some technology hacks that you can do and also some real strategies that you can put into place as it relates to how you are building your brand message. And so I want you to make sure that you're connecting to my content as we consistently go on a journey of helping you to do that. There's a course that I created some time ago called the Lady Boss Content System. And essentially, the system helps you to learn the importance of content. It helps you to learn how to build content. It really gets you into the deep parts of realizing how important content overall is and shows you the different avenues that you can connect to be able to create the content that you need for your business, which essentially is more messaging, right? It is your story. And so I believe that when it comes to your brand, right? Your messaging, that this is a goal that essentially you have to go ahead and set so that you can hit that particular goal. As I mentioned before, you'll never stop developing, your brand. As long as you're a business owner, you'll consistently be moving forward as it relates to that. But at the same time, you have to make sure that, once again, you set that goal. And I think that my latest journal, which is the Intentional Ladies 66-day journal series, would be a great tool for you to be able to utilize as you develop the goal and the habit of making sure that you're creating a brand that your customers and clients will utilize. And so you can make sure that you hit one of the links in the description to be able to grab that journal as you build that new habit, right, of building your brand. You can get the journal on Amazon. And then, as I mentioned, I went ahead and I included a link to make it super easy. And if you want more information about the Lady Boss content system, I want to see how committed you are. So make sure that you send me a DM, okay, on the Instagram side or either in the comments below on this YouTube video. You can just write a quick comment and say, more information about the Lady Boss content system so that you continue to learn about content and the importance of it connected to your endeavors as an online business owner or either a lady CEO. Now, there's one more thing that I absolutely have to let you know, and that is I totally and absolutely believe in you and everything that I know that's on the inside of you that is developing and becoming as you build your business. One that I know that you'll love that will help you to be able to create a life of freedom and profitability. Okay. All of the things. Make sure that you share today's Monday motivation which was me sharing my story behind my brand messaging that with another female entrepreneur or lady CEO so that they can continue to build a business and a life that they absolutely love. Y'all stay sweet, okay? Meet me in the comments. Have a great day. Until next time, next week at 1 p.m., I'll meet you again. Have a great day. Bye.